The U.S. imprisons more people than any other country in the world. From 1972 to 2010, the number of people in prison increased 700%. These individuals need educational opportunities. Those who participate in college education programs are nearly 30% less likely to return to prison than those who do not.
When I work around the country and I see so many people in prison, and actually those that they were pilot programs having access to high quality education, there was this spirit of hope. There was a change inside the prison where people knew that they had a chance when they came home.
They say, why should the criminals get free education? We say, all humans deserve elevation. They say, why should convicts get free college? We say, all Americans should have access to free knowledge.
Express it in my own unique style of art that liberated me. Once I came in contact with literature, and it exposed me to a world that transcended the parochial Black urban DC experience that just had me seeing the world through a limited filter.
Once I was able to learn different things and become exposed to more education, and I began to really see my potential. And then I realized that, hold up, if I can do this while confined, then there's no telling what I can do once I'm free.
In 1994, Congress took that opportunity away, banning access to Pell Grants for those in prison. Overnight, hundreds of programs closed their doors, crushing dreams for a better future.
I started to go back to school when I was in prison, but that was in the early 90s, and while I was there, they discontinued the Pell program, and so the program that I was taking advantage of was discontinued at that time, and I can fully remember the disappointment in that moment. It was tough because you go from having hope to having it dashed.
So what people don't understand when they push back against the Pell Grants, and I always be trying to explain, not educating the prison population is not a punishment to the incarcerated individual. It's a punishment to society.
It's past time to lift that ban, to restore hope and humanity to people who need it most.
I was once told by a prosecuting attorney that I had no hope for changing the decisions I had been making. Up until that time, I was in my early 20s. I'm now an endocrinologist, a scientist, an assistant professor at Johns Hopkins Medicine and Howard University College of Medicine.
I finished my PhD in 2016. Something I never thought I would do. I became Dr. J.
Through the books, we started to gain a better understanding of society, and not only my role in society, but our role as a family. Like, we didn't even understand what civic engagement, other than my mother saying how important it was to vote. But we didn't know all the other things that you can do.
Throughout my incarceration, I realized with the help of mentors and support that the transformational power of education.
But really, this is an investment in public safety. Because the more people know, the more that they can do. And the more that people are allowed to learn, their mind expands. It says a man expanded to new dimensions never go back to being the same.
Too many people who are incarcerated do not have the chance to pursue a college education. Education and second chances should not be reserved just for a chosen few. This is a moral issue for our country. This is an economic issue for our country. This is a democracy issue.
I encourage you to understand that if you have a platform, that you give other people who have been incarcerated the opportunity to share their experience so that we can make sure that everyone has access across the country, which includes within our prisons. I would encourage people to give a person a second chance when they're coming home, whether it is to help make sure that they have a job because they had some level of education while they're incarcerated, or help to encourage them to continue their education upon release from prison.